Sri Guru Ram Das Gun Gavo Sri Arjan Vignan Ke Nashik Vignan Ke Nashik Sri Har Gobind Shubh Sumat Prakashik Sri Har Rai Namo Kar Jori Ji Namo Kar Jori Sri Hare Krishna Manao Bahori Teg Bahadur Param Kirpala Satgur Param Kirpala Sri Guru Gobind Singh Visala Taron Tara Tar Pun Pun Sisa Vaheguru Pun Pun Sisa Bandho Bar Bar Jagdisa जिसमें है अमृत ज्ञान है मानक भगत वैराग श्री गुरु ग्रंथ साहिब उदत बंधु कर अनुराग जजन भजन मम खालसा खालसा पूज बेजोग दास गोबिंद सिंह फतेह खालसा दर्श परस मिटे सोग आत्म रस जो जानही सो है खालस देव प्रभु मह मोह मह दास मैं रंचक नाहिन पे मूक उचरा शास्त्र खट पिंग गिरन चढ़ जाए आंध लख बदरो सुन जो काल कृपा कराए कहाँ बुद्ध प्रभ तुच्छ हमारी वर्ण न सकै महिमा जो तिहारी हम न सकत कर सिफत तुम्हारी आप ले हो तुम कथा सुधारी हम न सकत कर सिफत तुम्हारी आप ले हो तुम कथा सुधारी
दोहरा मोमन चढ़ियो सिंगन पै संग के सरदार मरे रात सुन लई बेखबर हुए सिंह मार
वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह तन तन सतਿਗੁਰੂ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਦੇ ਅਪਾਰ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਦਾ ਸਦਕਾ with the great blessings of Tan Tan Satguru Sache Paatshah Ji Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj. We are all blessed with this opportunity today to sit in the Darbar of Guru Granth Sahib Ji Sache Paatshah Ji, the living form of Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj, the living form of Guru Gobind Singh Ji Sache Paatshah Ji, and listen to these stories, listen to these episodes from our history of our Shaheed Singhs and how they fought so bravely, keeping both Bani and Bana in their mind at all times. Yesterday we started the prasang of Baba Tara Singh Ji. Baba Tara Singh Ji was such a good Sikh. Rab de naal siddhiyan gallan karte san. They would speak directly with God. They would say something, God would hear it. God would say something, they would hear it. They read Gurbani 24/7. ਜਦੋਂ ਵੀ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਸਮਾਂ ਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਜੀਵਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, they would turn towards Gurbani and they would look to Gurbani for advice. Yesterday we began the prasang on how Baba Tara Singh Ji, they lived in a dera which had two-story buildings, and at that time there was two Greeb Sikhs, two poor Sikhs who were farmers who lived in a pind called Noshera in Majha. What happened was the Chaudhry, the person in charge of their pind yesterday, the person who was in charge of their pind, Sahib Rai Chaudhry, we spoke about this yesterday. He had 2 kodiyan, he had 2 horses at his house. And those horses would go and eat all of the crops from the farms of those Gursikhs. What happened was those Gursikhs, they went to Sahib Rai Chaudhry and they asked him to tie up his horses so that they wouldn't eat the crops. At that time, Baba Sahib Rai Chaudhry said to them that you want me to tie up my horses, I want to cut your gaze. He said that you want me to tie up my horses, I'll tie up my horses then when I cut the gaze off your head and your beard, and I turned it into a rope, and I used that to tie up the horses. No Gursikh can handle the beadbi, this type of a bhajan, this type of an up-bhajan, this type of a negative words being said about their case. No type of Gursikh can handle that. So Satguru Sache Paatshah di Kripa da sadaka, those 2 Gursikhs, they go to Baba Bagel Singh Ji and Baba Amar Singh Ji. Baba Bagel Singh Ji, Baba Amar Singh Ji, they steal those horses from Sahib Rai Chaudhry. When they steal those horses from Sahib Rai Chaudhry, they take them, they sell them to the Maharaja of Patiala, and the money that comes from that, they put it into Baba Tara Singh Ji's langar. When Sahib Rai Chaudhry finds out about this, Sahib Rai Chaudhry sends his fauj, sends his army to Baba Tara Singh Ji's dera. And they ask him to take out these chores, take out those thieves, Baba Bagel Singh Ji, Baba Amar Singh Ji. Baba Tara Singh Ji, he wasn't scared of anyone, he wasn't even scared of death. Baba Tara Singh Ji said to them that they are not thieves, you are the real thief. The one who takes your horses and lets them eat the crops of these poor Sikhs, you are the real thief. Us samay, when Baba Tara Singh Ji said that Sahib Rai Chaudhry, he goes to the Thanedar, the person in charge of that area where Baba Tara Singh Ji lived, and he got 105 soldiers together, and they came towards Baba Tara Singh Ji's dera. This is the prasang we heard yesterday where Baba Bagel Singh Ji Wan Singh fought against an army of 105, and by the time the other Singhs found out that the war was going on, and Baba Bagel Singh Ji had given Shahidi, those 4 or 5 Singhs came from the dera, and those Turks ran away. So today, we're going to be speaking about the prasang now. After the Turks ran away once, after Sahib Rai Chaudhry, the Thanedar of Patti Shahar, all of them went away, they went to Lahore afterwards. They went to Lahore and they went to the Nawab of that time, the person in charge of Lahore, and they said to him, this is what the Singhs have done to us. At this time, it was understood by everyone that death is impending, that death is coming, that Shahidi is coming. What happened was, Jide Siane Pind Wale San, they started saying to Baba Tara Singh Ji that at this time, Baba Tara Singh Ji, you should run away somewhere, you should go and hide somewhere. Kithe time to pocket. Then when this war is over, when this battle is over, when nobody has a price on your head anymore, then come back. Once Baba Tara Singh Ji was asked that by the people in his pind, Baba Tara Singh Ji said that I've never even thought about running away. A second time, Jide Lahore, they Gursikhs, there were Gursikhs in Lahore who worked for the government. Those Gursikhs sent one Singh to Baba Tara Singh Ji before the battle took place. When the fauj of the Nawab, Khan Bahadur, when they started walking towards Baba Tara Singh Ji's dera, at that point the Sikhs of Lahore, they sent one Singh to Baba Tara Singh Ji to tell him to run away from this battle, to tell him to stay away from this battle. At that time, Baba Tara Singh Ji said to him, Shabash bhai, you did the right thing, but I'm not going to run away. Now is the time to give Shahidi. I'm going to stand by my Guru's bhajan of giving Shahidi. Then, a third time, Baba Tara Singh Ji, what happens is when that fauj is coming from Lahore to Baba Tara Singh Ji and Bampind in Majha, what happens is they find this Kumanda Namda Jat. There's a farmer whose name is Kumanda. And he says, I know where Baba Tara Singh Ji lives, I'll show you the way. He says to those Faujadars, they put him in front of the Fauj, they put him in front of the army, Sahib Rai Chaudhry puts him in front, and he's supposed to lead the army. The general of the army at that time, whose name was Momin Khan. Momin Khan puts that Kumanda Namda Jat, that farmer, in front of them. He says, you lead us to Baba Tara Singh Ji's dera. On the way, it's written in Panth Prakash, we don't have time to go through the whole prasang, but it's written that either he had some hatred with the people of Dalapin, which is right next to Vampin, the village right next to Baba Tara Singh's pen, or he had some love for the Gursikhs and he thought that they'll have some time to run away. He takes that fauj to Dalapin instead of to Baba Tara Singh's data. He leads them the wrong way. When he leads them the wrong way, he also sends somebody to Baba Tara Singh Ji to say, Baba Tara Singh Ji, now you still have time to run away if you want to run away. Baba Tara Singh Ji says, Shabash Bhai. This is what it means to be in a community, to live in a community, to live in a Bhaichara. That when something's happening to our brothers and sisters, we stand with them. But Baba Tara Singh Ji says, at that time, Baba Tara Singh Ji, us samay Singh, you see this Kamar Kasa that we wear, that you see Nihang Singh's wearing. It's not just of one use. It doesn't just hold our Shastras. Pehle samayan de vich Singh khajane bhi rakhde hunde sਨ. They would have a khajana, they'd have gutke, they'd have Gurwani de pothiyan as well in their Kamar Kasa. Us samay Baba Tara Singh Ji, they took out a 10 Granthi da pothi from their Kamar Kasa. They did Prakash of the pothi and they took a Hukumnama. Why? Because whenever a hardship comes in the life of a Gursikh, where do they look? They look to Guru Sahib Ji. Baba Tara Singh Ji, they open this 10 Granthi di pothi, and Dr. Bhai Abheet Singh Ji writes this as well, that at that time this Hukumnama came that we're going to hear right now before we begin the Prasang, from the Bani of Guru Gobind Singh Ji. Hanji. Everybody come together as we begin the Prasang. Sare Akhna Karo Ji. Satnam Sri Vahe Guru Sahib Ji. Satnam Sri Vahe Guru Sahib Ji.
Suvaiya, jo kahun kaal te paaj ke baachit, tau keh kunt kahun paj jaiya.
So they look. At this time, the fauj is on the way. The army of Sahib Rai Chaudhary is coming to Baba Tara Singh Ji. Baba Tara Singh Ji looks to Guru Gobind Singh Ji's body. They open the 10 Granthi di pothi in front of them. And what shabd comes? Jo kaho kaal te paaj ke baachit, to keh kunt kahan paj jaiya. The people who say that they're going to run away from death, what corner of the world will they go and hide in? Hanji. In front of every single human being on this earth, death is following us. Wherever we go, anybody who is born into this world is going to die. Maut, Kal is following us wherever we go. Hanji. Nobody should ever think that there's any upav, any effort that they can take to run away from death, to hide from death. This is one of the only truths of this world. Hanji. Hey Muruk, Guru Gobind Singh Ji says that person who thinks that they can save themselves from death is a Muruk. Hey Muruk, hey fool, where are you going to go hiding from this death? Why not go into the saranagat of this death? Why not give your life, giving shahidi, fighting for Dharam Yudh, and go to the charan of Guru Gobind Singh Ji and Sachkhand? So this was the Hukumnama that came of Guru Gobind Singh Ji at that time. People will say this is 17 years after Guru Gobind Singh Ji's Jyoti Jyot. Even today, 300 years after Guru Gobind Singh Ji's Jyoti Jyot, Guru Gobind Singh Ji, Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj, Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj talk to us every single day. Hanji. So now the prasang is beginning. Now this episode is beginning. Momin Khan, he's the general of the army coming from Lahore. He has 2,200 soldiers. They're heading towards the Dera of Baba Tara Singh Ji, where there's 22 Singhs. Hanji. Let us attack the Singhs at night time. Why? Because then they won't realize that we're coming to kill them. Hanji. This is what we were just speaking about now. Whose name was Kamanda. Hanji. He says, let me now go and take you to where Baba Tara Singh Ji's dera is. Hanji. Fir Momin Khan, the general of the army, he puts this Kumandan on that jat in front of his fauj. So you've got 2,200 soldiers being led by this jat, being led by this farmer. Hanji. And what he did is he took those fauds, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਖਿੰਜਾ ਲਿਆ. He made them go here or there instead of going to where they were trying to go to the Singh's dera. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਫਿਰ ਡਲ ਪਿੰਡ ਵੱਲ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਗਿਆ. He took them towards Dal Pind, which is right next to the Pind of Baba Tara Singh Ji. Maybe Baba Bhai Ratan Singh Ji Pangu, the grandson of Bhai Mehtab Singh Ji, they write down that Shad, maybe that Kumandananda Jat had bad with the people of Dal Pind. Maybe he had some hatred. Maybe they did something to him in the past, Hanji. Or he was thinking that let me do something good for the Singhs, Hanji. Or he thought that let me give the Singhs time to hide so that they can save themselves from this death, Hanji. Or he sent somebody to go and tell the Singhs that the Fauj is coming, Hanji. Bhai Tara Singh Ji, Baba Tara Singh Ji, benti hai tusi ithon nath ke jayo. He said to Baba Tara Singh Ji in the message that he sent that go and hide somewhere now, save yourself, Hanji. Guru apne that Kumandananda Jat said that the Turkan di Fauj is coming from Lahore, Hanji. When the Fauj comes and they see that your dera is empty, then they'll go back to Lahore then. They'll go back to their shahar, they won't even think about you again. Hanji, fir paro ji. When the Fauj goes back to Lahore, then you come back here to your dera and you can live here in peace. They just are going to come once with the Fauj. If they see you're not here, they'll go back. Hanji. If you save yourself one kadi, if you save yourself 45 minutes, if you save yourself 25 minutes, then you'll save many lives, many years of your life, Hanji. Why would you want to waste away your life fighting this battle? Kyun apna janm vyarth gwa rahe ho? Fir Baba Tara Singh Ji ne unhone nu salah ditta. Baba Tara Singh Ji said to him, Hanji, Shabash Bhai Sahab Ji. Thank you for telling us jira gal tusi keh rahe ho theek gal hai. What you're saying is right, Hanji. You said everything perfectly, Hanji. The meaning of being in a community together. If we're in a community here all today and we see that somebody is getting hurt and we don't say something about someone, we're not upholding our duty of living in this community. Baba Tara Singh says, Shabash Bhai Sahab Ji, you upheld your duty of living in this bhaichara, of living in this community, Hanji. Whatever you said was correct. Oh, he theek gal tusi kahi, Hanji. But mera dhyan hun shaheedi te hai. Now my focus is on Shahidi. The time of death is coming, the time to fight against the Turks and die in the battlefield has come, and that is where my dhyan is, that is where my focus is, Hanji. This is the mind of a Surma. Outside you can learn as much as you want how to physically be a Surma. You can learn how to do Gatka, you can learn how to do martial arts. But Surma da man hai, the mindset of a Surma. That no matter what is going on, you can never waver in your steadfastness as a warrior. Oh, hun vekhyo Baba Tara Singh Ji da man, Hanji, fir paro ji. Hanji, Baba Tara Singh Ji says, if I now run away, Hanji, if I run away now and then I even come back to my dera afterwards, Hanji. The community, what are they going to say? They're going to say that Baba Tara Singh Ji ran away. That Baba Tara Singh Ji ran away from the battle that was coming to them, Hanji. That Baba Tara Singh Ji, in all reality, they had no love for their jaan, they had no love for this physical srir. They were ready for them. It was like the srir is just like a kapda. If I said to you today that I want to take this kapda away from you, you'd say, go ahead, take it. They understood this body to be just like a kapda. That if this one goes away, we'll just get another one. If this one goes away, what does that mean? We'll go to the charan of Guru Gobind Singh Ji Sache Paatshah Ji, of Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib Ji, Guru Arjan Dev Ji Sache Paatshah Shidan de Sartaj. Baba Tara Singh Ji us samay, they say to him that I've never had any pyar for my jaan, Hanji.
उत्ते डलवालन खबर है पई
when the fauj of Momin Khan, those 2,200 soldiers that are coming towards Baba Tara Singh Ji, they were led to the wrong pind. They get to Dalapind. At that time when they get there, Dalapind wale, they run towards those fauj and they say, hold up, wait a second, don't attack us yet, Khanji.
मिले दौड़ सो आगे जई
Dord ke as fast as they can, they run towards that fauj and they say, don't attack yet. We have something to say, Hanji.
हम रैयत है खुद पतशाही
Asita Todik Prajahan, we're your followers. We are the Parja, we are the people who live within the Raj of the king. Why are you coming and attacking us, Hanji?
हम मैं राज सिंह चोर कहूँ
Sade andar koi chor Singh hega hi nahi. There's no chor inside of us. Amongst us, there's no Singh who stole any horses from you, Hanji.
ताऊ लाओ सिंह ने नगारा कराया
Phir utthe, at that same time, the Singhs at Baba Tara Singh Ji's dera started to play the Nagara slowly, and the Awad came to the Turkani fauj who were all the way in Dalapind, Hanji.
सौ तुर्कन ने वह सुन पाया
The Turks, the army, they hear the beginning of this Nagara coming from far away and they realize, Hanji.
ताऊ इमदीनो तुर्कन जान
Oh, फिर Turk उस पासे जाके, मतलब they go towards Baba Tara Singh Ji's dera, Hanji.
आए सिंह को आगे मकान
वो फिर सिंघा ने मकान दे के आ जाते बाबा तारा सिंह जी का मकान दे अगे what happens is another person from Dalapind comes to Baba Tara Singh Ji.
जाए कोरो को पुजियो पठान
He says to Baba Tara Singh Ji that the Kode are coming towards you, that the Turkani fauj are on the way to you, Hanji.
बैठे सिंह के मतलब जान
He says to Baba Tara Singh Ji, why are you just going to sit here and waste away your life, Hanji?
दौड़ को अब चारण माए
Hey, go run away somewhere. Now is the time. If you want to run away from this battle, you have time, Hanji.
कड़ी खबर में हालत सारे
And look, I came running as fast as I can to give you this cover, to give you this news, but the fauj is coming right behind me. मेरे पीछे फौज तुर्का दी आ रही है.
दोहरा तारे सिंह जी उस कहे हो सब कुछ भई जी तोए
बाबा तारा सिंह जी उन्होंने फिर अगू जवाब देंदे हन.
अत हम नटके कितल के हम शहीद यहाँ ही होए
कहने लगे कि उन्हें से नाटकी कितने जाइए ऐसे ऐसे शहीदी प्राप्त करनी है. बाबा तारा सिंह जी says to him, where am I going to run away to now? Now is the time where we're going to give शहीदी, Hanji.
अगे सिंह टहल सिंह ने कमावत
फिर हुन सारी रात सिंह बाणी पढ़ के लंघते हैं. Reading Gurbani, the Singhs spend their whole night and the morning comes. This is the calm before the storm. Right before the battle is about to begin, the Singhs are all sitting together and they're doing each other's seva, Hanji.
पाले देंगे जल स्नान करावत
Baba Tara Singh Ji, they're bringing jal, they're bringing water, filling these gardabas, these huge pots made of clay.
अब हम टहल चहे करी तुम्हारी
That now you've already done a lot of seva, let us do your seva, Hanji.
कोई पवित्र अब देह हमारी
Doing your seva, our body will become pure. In the olden days, people would think that they go to Arsa to be the 68 places of pilgrimage. In India, people thought that if I go there, I'll become pure. But the true purity comes from doing seva, Hanji.
कोई पवित्र अब देह हमारी
Baba Tara Singh Ji then responds to them. He says, Hanji, that when you do seva, your day becomes pavitra, your body becomes pavitra, Hanji.
नौ सिंह जी उनके ही सुनाए
Baba Tara Singh Ji then says, Hanji,
देह पवित्र होए शस्त्र लगा
now our day will become pavitra. How? When the shastra touches our sleeve, when we're fighting in the battlefield, and the var of the Turks comes upon our body, at that time our sleeve will become pavitra, Hanji.
दोहरा जस द्वार के दाग लग देह पवित्र होए
You see, the same way that there's an art of being a warrior, the same way there's an art of fighting in the battlefield, there's an art of writing history. There's an art of telling a story, of telling an episode. There's different ways of showing this analogy of what is going on. By Ratan Singh Ji Pangu here, they say, in the olden days, people would think that if they go to this place called Dwarka, there was a tattoo, a stamp that people would get when they went there. It was put on the hot metal rod, they would put it on their sleeve. And when they would get that tattoo, they would think that their body had become polluted, that their sleeve became pure, because they went to that place, Hanji.
ऐसे शस्त्र के लगे पाप तो हो जाए तो हे
Baba Ratan Singh Ji Pangu, the person who's written this down, they're saying that at that time, Bhai Tara Singh Ji Bhan, they said to those things that now, the same way that people thought that getting that symbol on their body would make them pure, when the Shastras touch our Sri, at that time we will truly become pure and we'll go to Sacramento. Hanji.
Don't sing ji dal lenge.
Hanji.
Don't sing ji dal lenge.
फिर वो सिंह जल लेंगे, they want to go get the water. Hanji. On the other side, the Turkani fauj is coming towards Baba Dada Singh Ji's dera. Hanji. The Singh who's now going to get water, he sees the Turkani fauj coming, and he goes back and he says to the Singhs, come outside now, Hanji. If somebody still wants to run away, if you want to run away from the battle, you can still run away now, Hanji. But the person who wants to give Shahidi now in this battle and go to the Charan of Guru Gobind Singh Ji, letting go of the support of this dera, of this killa, come outside into the battlefield and Anpumi ਵਿੱਚ ਪ੍ਰਵੇਸ਼ ਹੋ।
ਸੁਨ ਸਿੰਘ ਤੁਰੇ ਮੈਦਾਨੇ ਦੇ।
ਉਹ ਫਿਰ ਸਾਰੇ ਸਿੰਘ 22 ਦੇ 22 ਸਿੰਘ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਮੈਦਾਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪ੍ਰਵੇਸ਼ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਨ ਤੇ ਉਹ come into the battlefield।
ਛੋੜ ਓੜ ਰਣਭੂਮ ਖੜੇ ਜਾਏ।
Letting go of the support of the dera, they go into the ਰਣਭੂਮੀ। ਹਾਂਜੀ।
ਦੋਰਾ ਉੱਤੇ ਦੁਰਘਟਾਓ ਆਏ ਗਏ।
ਇੱਕ ਪਾਸੇ ਹੁਣ ਉਹ ਫਿਰ ਤੁਰਕ ਫੌਜ ਆ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਨਗਾਰਾ ਟਕ 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 ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ। ਹਾਂਜੀ।
ਕੜੇ ਤੁ ਤਰਫਾ ਮਰ ਮਾਰ ਸੰਤੀ ਜੈਸ ਖੜਾ।
On one side you have the Turks coming from here, on the other side you have the Turk foes coming from here. On both sides the Turks have put the Singhs under siege। ਹਾਂਜੀ।
ਚੌਪਈ ਪ੍ਰਥਮ ਬਲਾਕਾ ਸਿੰਘ ਅੱਗਿਓ ਧਾਰਿਓ।
ਪਹਿਲੇ ਬਲਾਕਾ ਸਿੰਘ comes forward and he runs into the battlefield। ਹਾਂਜੀ।
ਆਰਤ ਦੇ ਗੋਰ ਤੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਲਗਾਇਓ।
अपने सज्जे हाथ में snake fighting, holding his sword in his hand, he starts cutting the heads of the Turks left and right।
This is chatti teer।
ਉਹਦੇ ਛਾਤੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੀਰ ਵੱਜ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ। In his chati, in his chest, an arrow comes and hits his chest। ਹਾਂਜੀ। The first shaheed of this battle now that Baba Dara Singh Ji is fighting, that these 22 Singhs are fighting, is Baba Balaka Singh Ji. He goes to Sacramento and he goes to the Charan of Guru Arjan Dev Ji Sache Paatshah Ji। ਉਹ ਫਿਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਖੜ ਜਾਂਦੇ, ਸਾਰੇ ਸਿੰਘ they all get ready and they come outside। ਹਾਂਜੀ। Now the Singhs are getting ready. It's like you're playing a game where you have to go and touch everything. There's an old game called Sonchi where you run and you go and you touch every person on the opposing side that's standing in the semicircle and you come back. And now Singhs, they go this guerrilla style of warfare. They run and they attack all these foes and then they come back to the dera। Hanji। Us paase Turk halla karke, they're running as fast as they can at the Singhs। Hanji। ਉਹ ਫਿਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਅੱਗੋਂ ਲੜ ਕੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮੁੜ ਕੇ ਭਜਾਉਂਦੇ ਪਏ। The Singhs are fighting so hard that they're running away। ਹਾਂਜੀ। ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮਿੱਟੀ ਹੈਗਾ, the dirt that's on the ground is flying in the sky. It's becoming dark. It's as if it's as dark as night। ਹਾਂਜੀ। ਰਾਤ ਵਰਗੀ ਅੰਧੇਰੀ ਪੈ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ। It's as dark as night. It's pitch black outside. Everywhere there's dirt flying in the sky because of the feet of the soldiers running। ਹਾਂਜੀ। The Turks upon their horses are coming at the Singhs left and right। ਹਾਂਜੀ। ਉਹ ਫਿਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮਾਰ ਕੇ ਘੋੜਿਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਸੁੱਟਦੇ ਪਏ। The Singhs are taking their swords and hitting them and making them fall off of their horses। ਹਾਂਜੀ। ਉਹ ਫਿਰ ਅਗੂ ਸਿੰਘ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਕੱਟ ਕੇ killing them। The Singhs start hitting the Mughal foes and knocking them off their horses। ਹਾਂਜੀ। Fighting, a lot of them get tired। ਹਾਂਜੀ। ਕਈ ਮਤਲਬ they fall off of their horses and they're trying to take care of their spear, that the Singhs are trying to help them। ਹਾਂਜੀ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਰਾਹ ਫਿਰ ਰੁਕ ਜਾਂਦਾ। All in the pathway of these foes that are coming from this side and coming from this side, ਲਾਸ਼ਾਂ ਹੀ ਲਾਸ਼ਾਂ ਪੈ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ। Left and right you have the bodies of dead warriors from both sides. You have the dead horses. You have horses turning around without their slaughter. You have all of this in the middle of the pathway, and from both sides the Turks can't come in towards where the Singhs are, Hanji. That falling down, everybody who comes into the battlefield is falling down and going back without being victorious, and they're blocking the path, Hanji. The Sikhs make them run away as if they're running to save their life, Hanji. Some of them have shastras hit against their sharir, Hanji. कोई सिंह आगे होके उन्हें मार करके तुर्कों का कत्ल करते हैं। This battle has begun, this deadly battle, furious battle has begun from both sides, Hanji. Fighting left and right for hours and hours. Their arms are tired, their legs are tired in the battlefield, Hanji. Now slowly, the battle has slowed down, Hanji. Now from both sides, they're shooting bullets at the Singhs, Hanji. With arrows and with guns, they're shooting bullets and they're shooting arrows at the Singhs left and right, Hanji. This way they're trying to kill the Singhs in the Dera who are fighting outside the Dera, Hanji. That what happened was the Singhs were very furtile. These Singhs were not only good at being warriors, they were also good at dodging bullets, dodging arrows. So these arrows are coming towards the Singhs. The Singhs are dodging the bullets, and because on one side you have the Turks, on the other side you have the Turks. From both sides they're shooting. What's happening is the bullets are passing by the Singhs and going and hitting their own warriors. Hanji. The bullets that are being shot from one side are hitting the Turk foes on the other side, Hanji. Moment Khan he comes into the battlefield, Hanji. And he tells his foes from Halla karke jab vich pravesh ho, come into the battlefield again. फिर एक तकी बेग दा मुसलमान सी. He was a chota janmal, he was a smaller general in the army of Muhammad Khan. He gets ready and he walks forward into the battlefield, Hanji. Agge lalkar ke kehda, Tara Singh kaun hai? Who's Tara Singh? I want to see Tara Singh in front of me right now, Hanji. Singh ji kaheo chal aao aagari. Baba Tara Singh ji ko muh todwa jawab de ke they say, I'm Tara Singh, come at me as much as you want, Hanji. Basic tusi pehla var tusi kar deo. The first var in the battle, you take it. Don't think that I didn't give you a chance to fight against me, Hanji. He takes his bow and arrow and he shoots an arrow towards Baba Tara Singh ji upon his horse, Hanji. Baba Tara Singh ji has a farla on top of the Dumala. The teer goes right through that farla, Hanji. Baba Tara Singh ji in one move, doing a child, they climb upon the horse of Taki Beg and they hold his horse's banne in one hand, Hanji. In 1 second, in 1 second in the battlefield, you have to understand the situation in front of you. Baba Tara Singh ji holding the ropes of the horse in one hand, they look at Taki Beg and they see his whole body is covered in sanjo. It's covered in armor, Hanji. They couldn't see any part of their body that wasn't covered in sanjo. Sanjo nal apna pura pind, pura sir bharya hoya si. There was one place on their body that wasn't covered in sanjo, and that was his mouth, Hanji. Oh, फिर Baba Tara Singh ji, he takes out his talwar. In one hand he's holding the banne, the bag of the horse, and in the other hand he pulls out his talwar and he sticks it into the mouth of Taki Beg and he pulls it out in one go, Hanji. Oh, फिर Taki Beg, what happens is he goes back to his side of the army and his blood coming out of his mouth, his blood coming out of his head, Hanji.
पूछी कब्र बुलाए उस कहाँ खाए मुख पाल
ਉਹ ਫਿਰ ਮੋਮਨ ਖਾਨ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿਣ ਲੱਗਾ, ਮੋਮਨ ਖਾਨ the general starts to say to Taqi Beg ਕਿ Taqi Beg ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿੱਥੋਂ ਪਾਨ ਖਾ ਕੇ ਆਏ ਹੋ? Have you eaten something that's making blood coming out of your mouth? ਹਾਂਜੀ
चौबे तो तक्की ने मोमन सुनाई
ਉਹ ਵਿਚਾਰਾ ਰੋਂਦਾ ਰੋਂਦਾ Taqi Beg crying he says to ਮੋਮਨ ਆਪਣਾ ਮੋਮਨ ਖਾਨ ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਅੱਗੇ ਤਾਰਾ ਸਿੰਘ ਬੈਠਾ ਪੀੜੇ ਬਣਾਈ
ਅੱਗੇ ਤਾਰਾ ਸਿੰਘ ਉਹ ਡੱਬਾ ਤਿਆਰ ਕਰਦਾ ਪਿਆ he's preparing these ਡੱਬੇ of ਪਾਨ if you want to go ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਹੋਏ ਹਿੰਮਤ ਤੋਂ ਅੱਗੇ ਹੋਏ ਖਾਓ
if you have a himmat inside of you you go and eat the pawn as well you go and eat it and see the blood that comes out of your mouth ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਦੂਰ ਖੜੋ ਕਿਆ ਬਾਤ ਬਣਾਵੋ
ਉੱਥੇ ਨਾਲ ਫਿਰ ਇੱਕ ਮੋਮਨ ਖਾਨ ਦਾ ਇੱਕ ਹੋਰ ਚੇਲਾ ਇੱਕ ਹੋਰ ਛੋਟਾ ਜਰਨੈਲ ਖੜਾ ਸੀ another general of ਮੋਮਨ ਖਾਨ was standing there with Taqi Beg as well ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਇੱਕ ਹੁੱਤੋ ਚੇਲੋ ਉਸ ਪਹਿ ਖੱਲੋ
ਉਹ ਫਿਰ ਨੇੜੇ ਹੋ ਕੇ he heard this ਗੱਲ all of that what they were talking about ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਸੁਨ ਬਹਿ ਸਿੰਘਨ ਪਰ ਤਾਏ ਚੱਲੋ
ਉਹ ਫਿਰ ਸਿੰਘਾਂ ਪਰ ਭੱਜ ਗਿਆ ਹੁਣ he went towards the Singhs to fight the battle ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਕਹੇ ਮਹਾਵਤ ਦਿਓ ਹਾਥੀ ਤਲਾਏ
he's sitting upon a hathi now you know how big an elephant is he's sitting upon this elephant and an elephant has a muhabbat the person who's driving the elephant there's three things here ਇੱਕ ਤਾਂ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਬੈਠਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਹਾਥੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ there's one place you sit on a hathi then you've got the ankus which is a metal rod that's in front of the hathi like this and then you've got the driver of the hathi who's deciding where the hathi goes and controlling it with that ankus with that metal rod ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਦੋਏ ਦੋਏ ਤੀਰ ਫੜ ਗਿੱਦੇ ਚਲਾਏ
this chela this chota jarnail he was such a great warrior that at one moment he could shoot 2 arrows he would take his bow and he would put 2 arrows at once and with his dhyan those 2 arrows would get shot and they go into 2 different directions and they'd hit 2 different nishaniyan Aurangzeb jira siga he could shoot 3 arrows at once Guru Gobind Singh ji sache paatshah ji ek samay te 5 ਤੀਰ ਛੱਡਦੇ ਸੀ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਬਾਜਾਂ ਵਾਲੇ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ Guru Gobind Singh ਨੇ 5 ਤੀਰ ਛੱਡਨੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ 5 ਵੱਖਰੇ ਥਾਵਾਂ ਤੇ ਲੱਗਣੇ ਤੀਰ so ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਵਿਦਿਆ ਦਾ ਕੋਈ ਅੰਤ ਨਹੀਂ there's no limits to the knowledge of how to be a warrior this warrior he could shoot 2 arrows at once ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਕਹੇ ਮਹਾਵਤ ਉਹ ਹਾਥੀ ਤਰਵਾਏ
ਉਹ ਫਿਰ ਮੁਹਾਵਤ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿਣ ਲੱਗਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਹਾਥੀ ਅੱਗੇ ਤੋਰ ਦਿਓ take us into the battlefield ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਤੇ ਥੱਕੇ ਉਹਨ ਸਿੰਘਨ ਤਕਾਇਓ
ਉਹ ਵੇਖਿਆ ਕਿ ਸਿੰਘ ਥੱਕੇ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ that the Singhs are tired from fighting for so long let's fight the battle now ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਉਹਨ ਜਾਣਿਓ ਮੈਂ ਉੱਚੇ ਠਾਏ
ਉਹ ਸੋਚਣ ਲੱਗਾ that I'm sitting upon a higher area now I'm sitting above all of the Singhs that nobody can touch me upon here ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਇਹ ਉਹ ਹਾਥੀਓ ਸਿੰਘਨ ਮਧਾਏ
ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵੀ ਸਿੰਘ ਇੱਥੇ ਨਾਲ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ anybody who tries to climb the ਸਾਥੀ ਮੈਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਏਦਾਂ ਝਟਪਟ ਕਰਕੇ ਮਾਰ ਦਊਂਗਾ
ਦੇਖ ਥੋੜੇ ਸਿੰਘ ਲਾਲੀ ਆਏ
ਉਹ ਫਿਰ ਵੇਖ ਕੇ he sees that the Singhs are in small numbers he thinks 22 Singhs 10-15 Singhs nobody can stand against me ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਮੁਖ ਤੇ ਲਾਲੀ ਆ ਗਿਆ
ਕਿਰਦੇ ਦੇਖਿਓ ਉਹਨ ਹਾਥੀ ਘੁਮਾਏ
ਉਹ ਫਿਰ ਵੇਖ ਕੇ ਆਪਣਾ ਹਾਥੀ ਘੁਮਾ ਕੇ ਵੇਖਿਆ he turns his hathi around and he goes into the battlefield ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਵੇਹੋ ਮਾਰੇ ਦੋਏ ਢੁੱਕ ਤੀਰ
ਉਹ ਫਿਰ 2 ਤੀਰ ਛੱਡ ਕੇ ਕਰਦਾ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਇਹ ਤੋਂ ਕਹਾਵਤ ਬੜ ਸੂਰਬੀਰ
ਉਹ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਬੜਾ ਵੱਡਾ ਸੂਰਬੀਰ ਕਹਾਉਂਦਾ ਸੀ ਬੜਾ ਹੰਕਾਰਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਸੀ he was filled with this ego he was calling himself this great warrior ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਦੋਹਰਾ तो भीमा सिंह कर खुशी तर भरियो शेर जिम भाए
ਉਹ ਫਿਰ ਬਾਬਾ ਭੀਮਾ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ they go into the battlefield they see this hathi ਸ਼ੇਰ ਵਰਗੇ they run as fast as they can and they climb upon the hathi ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਆਟਨ ਹਾਥੀ ਕੰਨ ਦਬਿਓ ਤੁਰਤ ਹੈ ਲਿਓ ਭਾਏ
they hit the ear of the hathi when you touch the ear of an elephant that's a signal to the elephant to sit down they touch the ear of the hathi that hathi sits down ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਚੌਬੇ ਤੋਂ ਸਿੰਘ ਕੀਓ ਮਹਾਵਤ ਪਰਵਾਰ
ਉਹ ਫਿਰ ਆਪਣਾ ਤਲਵਾਰ ਕੱਢ ਕੇ he takes a bar and he strikes the muhabbat of the person driving the hathi ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਉਹਨੇ ਡਾਹਿਓ ਅੰਕਸ ਲਾਗੇ ਟੱਟੀ ਤਲਵਾਰ
ਉਹ ਵੀ ਅੱਗੋਂ ਫੁਰਤੀਲਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮੁਹਾਵਤ of the person who was driving the hathi he turned his ankus that metal rod and he puts it in front of it and he breaks the talwar into 2 pieces ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਅੱਧੀ ਰਹੀ ਸੰਗ ਮਾਰਿਓ ਮੁਹਾਵਤ
ਜਿਹੜਾ ਅੱਧਾ ਤਲਵਾਰ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਸੀ ਨਾ ਉਸ ਤਲਵਾਰ hit the metal rod it broke in half Oh, Baba Bhima Singh ji didn't lose there. He took the half of the talwar that's left and he struck it into the Muhabbat Gandhi.
So kyo gushi ankus lavat.
Oh, फिर ankus at the same time that Muhabbat he took the ankus, he took that metal rod and he swung at the Baba Bhima Singh ji as he was fighting Gandhi.
देख तारे सिंह मदद कराई
Oh, फिर Baba Bhima Singh ji dig गए, they fall down off of the elephant and Baba Dara Singh ji comes to help Baba Bhima Singh ji.
लखमीर सिंह सो कहियो सुनाई
ਹੁਣ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬਾਬੇ ਲਖਮੀਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਨੇ the one who sold those ਗੋੜੀਆਂ to the Maharaja Patiala and Putamani and Baba Tara Singh Ji's langar, that Lakmeer Singh Sandhu, he comes and he's nearby, and Baba Tara Singh Ji starts talking to him, Hanji.
जद ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉੱਤੋਂ ਮੰਜੀ ਚਲਾਵ
ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਛੋਟੇ ਸਨ, when we were young, when we were your age, as old as you guys are, Baba Tara Singh Ji says to Lakmeer Singh, we used to jump over the majjan, we used to jump over the cows in the bind, and you used to jump over 2 cows at once, Hanji.
ਦੋ ਉੱਤੋਂ ਮੰਜੀ ਦੋਏ ਦੋਏ ਟੱਪ ਜਾਵ
ਦੋ ਮੰਜਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਟੱਪ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਸੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ, you could jump over 2 majjan, Hanji.
ਅਬ ਕੱਟਾ ਤੁਰਕਨ ਕਾ ਕਿਤਨਕ ਬੁਲਾਏ
Now these Turks, they have this katta, they have this hathi in front of us. How big is this hathi, Hanji?
ਮਾਰ ਤੁਰਕ ਤੋਂ ਉੱਪਰ ਜਾਏ
ਤੁਸੀਂ ਹੁਣ ਹੱਲਾ ਮਾਰ ਕੇ ਤੁਰਕ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਮਾਰ ਦਿਓ ਹਾਥੀ ਤੋਂ ਟੱਪ ਕੇ, jump on the elephant and kill the Turk in one swing, ਹਾਂਜੀ.
ਕਿਉਂ ਲਖਮੀਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਸੌ ਕਹੀ
ਬਾਬਾ ਲਖਮੀਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ, ਬਾਬਾ ਜੀ ਮੇਰੇ ਮਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹੀ ਗੱਲ ਸੀ, I was thinking the same thing, ਹਾਂਜੀ.
ਮੇਰੇ ਵੀ ਮਨ
ਮੇਰੇ ਮਨ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਇਹੀ ਬਾਤ ਸੀ, ਹਾਂਜੀ.
ਮੋਹ ਪਰ ਤਨਕ ਆ ਗਿਆ ਜੇ
ਮੈਂ ਬਸ ਜਥੇਦਾਰ ਦਾ ਆਗਿਆ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਕਰਨਾ ਸੀ ਕੰਮ, ਹਾਂਜੀ.
ਮੈਂ ਮਾਰ ਦਿਖਾਉਂ ਤੁਰਕੇ ਸੋਏ
ਉਹ ਫਿਰ ਚੜ ਗਿਆ ਸੀ ਤੁਰਕਾਂ ਦੇ ਵੱਲ, ਹਾਂਜੀ.
ਇਤਨਕ ਕਹਿ ਸਿੰਘ ਕੀਨੀ ਧਾਈ
ਉਹ ਫਿਰ ਇਤਨਾ ਕੁ ਕਹਿ ਕੇ, just hearing this, Baba Lakmeer Singh Ji, he runs towards the Turk, Hanji.
ਜਿਮ ਕਰੇ ਕੁੰਜਨ ਪਰ ਬਹਿਰੀ ਜਾਈ
The same way eagle attacks a small bird, Baba Lakmeer Singh Ji runs up at that hathi, Hanji.
ਦੋਹਰਾ ਫੜ ਨੇਜਾ ਸਿੰਘ ਖੁਦ ਭਰਿਓ ਸੋਹੇ ਚੇਤੇ ਕੋ ਪ੍ਰਕਾਰ
Baba, ਉਹ ਫਿਰ ਨੇਜਾ ਫੜ ਕੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਤੇ ਛਾਲ ਮਾਰਦਾ, he jumps upon the hathi and he strikes a var at the Turk, Hanji.
ਖੁਦ ਵੱਲ ਤੇ ਹੁਣ ਵੀ ਕਰੀ ਮਾਰੇ ਮਾਰ ਪੁਕਾਰ
ਦੂਜੇ ਪਾਸੋਂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਤੁਰਕ ਉੱਪਰ ਬੈਠਾ, ਉਹ ਵੀ ਮਾਰੋ ਮਾਰ ਦੇ ਨਾਰੇ ਛੱਡਦਾ। ਦੂਜੇ ਪਾਸੇ ਸਿੰਘ ਵੀ ਜਗਾਰੇ ਜਾਵੇ ਨਾਲ ਜਾਵੇ ਫਤਿਹ ਪਾਵੇ ਸਾਰਾ ਨਾਰੇ ਛੱਡਦੇ ਹੀ ਮਾਂਸ ਪਾਉਂਦਾ ਹਾਥੀ, ਹਾਂਜੀ।
ਖੁਦ ਵੱਲ ਤੇ ਹੁਣ ਵੀ ਕਰੀ ਮਾਰੇ ਮਾਰ ਪੁਕਾਰ
ਮਾਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਚੜ ਜਾਂਦਾ।
ਬਾਬੇ ਤੋਂ ਲਖਮੀਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਜਾਏ ਸੰਭਾਲਾ
ਉਹ ਫਿਰ ਬਾਬੇ ਲਖਮੀਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਸਾਂਭ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਨੇ।
ਚੇਲੇ ਕੋ ਮੋਢਾ ਮਾਰਾ
ਉਹ ਫਿਰ they take their ਤਲਵਾਰ in one hand and they strike it at the moda, at the shoulder of the Turk, ਹਾਂਜੀ।
ਕਿਉਂ ਨੇਜਾ ਉਸ ਮੋਢੇ ਚੀਰ
ਉਹ ਜਦੋਂ ਦੇ ਮੋਢੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਤਲਵਾਰ ਨੇਜਾ ਲੰਘ ਗਿਆ ਸੀ, when the shastra went through the moda of that Singh, of that Turk, ਹਾਂਜੀ।
ਫੜ ਹੋਏ ਤਲਵਾਰ ਨ ਚਲੇ ਤੀਰ
ਉਹ ਫਿਰ ਕਿੱਥੋਂ ਤੀਰ ਚਲੇਗਾ? How is he supposed to use a bow and arrow? His whole arm is gone, his whole left side of his body is gone, ਹਾਂਜੀ।
ਇੱਕ ਦੋਏ ਸਿੰਘ ਮਦਦ ਹੋਰ ਆਏ
ਫਿਰ ਦੋ ਹੋਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਆ ਗਏ ਜੰਗ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। These 2 Singhs come to fight as well, ਹਾਂਜੀ।
ਹੁਣ ਹਾਥੀ ਗਿਰਦੇ ਔਰ ਹਟਾਏ
ਉਹ ਵੀ ਮਤਲਬ ਅੱਗੋਂ ਹਾਥੀ ਨੂੰ ਸਾਂਭ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਨੇ। They take care of the hathi and they take off the body of that Turk, ਹਾਂਜੀ।
ਗਾਉ ਲਖਮੀਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਕੋ ਦਰੂ ਲੱਗ ਗਿਓ
ਉਹ ਫਿਰ ਦੋਨੇ ਬਾਬੇ ਲਖਮੀਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਲੱਗ ਗਏ।
ਫੜ ਰਸਾ ਹਾਥੀ ਪਰ ਗਿਓ
They take the hathi and they bring it towards the side of the Singhs, ਹਾਂਜੀ।
ਮਾਰ ਤਲਵਾਰ ਚੇਲਾ ਡਾਰ ਦਿਓ
ਉਹ ਫਿਰ ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਚੇਲਾ ਸੀ, that general, they take in one strike they just end his life right there, ਹਾਂਜੀ।
ਹਾਥੀ ਤੋਰ ਵੱਲ ਸਿੰਘਨ ਦਿਓ
They then take the hathi and they bring it towards the Singh. ਵੇਖੋ ਜੰਗ ਦਾ ਸਮਾਂ ਚੱਲ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ, ਪਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਸਦਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਚੜ੍ਹਦੀ ਕਲਾ। These Singhs are saying now that even though a battle is going on, they're saying ਉਹ ਹੁਣ ਸਿੰਘਾਂ ਦੇ ਕੋਲ ਹਾਥੀ ਆ ਗਿਆ, ਅਸੀਂ ਹੁਣ ਹਾਥੀ ਦੇ ਸਵਾਰ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ।
ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਕਹੇ ਉਹ ਹਾਥੀ ਕਹੇ ਕਾਮਨ
They say that now we've got a hathi, now we've got an elephant for the Singhs, now we'll ride upon this elephant and we'll be the Badshahs that Guru Gobind Singh Ji created us. But then on the other side, Baba Tara Singh Ji, they look at the Singhs and they say, hey, hathi kis kam da hai? What is the worth of this hathi? Why do we need this hathi, Hanji?
ਹਮ ਅਨੇਕ ਬਖਸ਼ेंगे ਗੁਲਮਾਨ
ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਪੰਥ ਰਾਜੇ ਮਹਾਰਾਜੇ ਦਾ ਪੰਥ ਹੈ, this ਪੰਥ is going to give countless poor people as many hathis as they want. ਕਰੋੜਾਂ ਗਰੀਬਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਹਾਥੀ ਦੇਣੇ ਇਸ ਪੰਥ ਨੇ।
ਹਾਥੀ ਫਿਰ ਜਬ ਖਾਲੀ ਗਿਓ
ਉਹ ਫਿਰ ਹਾਥੀ ਨੂੰ ਖਾਲੀ ਭੇਜਦਾ ਵਾਪਸ। They send the hathi back towards the ਤੁਰਕਾਂ ਦੀ ਫੌਜ ਖਾਲੀ, ਹਾਂਜੀ।
ਗੱਲ ਤੁਰਕਨ ਕੋ ਭਾਜ ਖਾਏ ਗਿਓ
ਉਹ ਫਿਰ ਤੁਰਕ ਭੱਜਣ ਲੱਗ ਪਏ। They think that even this great warrior who was sitting upon a hathi, even he had to turn around in the battle. They send this Singh back. They start running away from the Singhs, ਹਾਂਜੀ।
ਤੋ ਮੋਮਨ ਖਾਂ ਪੂਰਬੀਏ ਬੁਲਾਏ
ਉਹ ਫਿਰ Momin Khan. Now the battle is coming towards an end. Momin Khan, his own foes, his own 2,200 foes, they're scared, they're running away. He calls these 2 Purbiye generals, these 2 generals from the south of India, ਹਾਂਜੀ।
ਉੱਤੇ ਹਜ਼ਾਰੀ ਖਿਤਾਬ ਜਿਨ ਪਾਏ
ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਖਿਤਾਬ ਸੀ, they were known to be these warriors who could fight 1,000 alone. ਉਦੋਂ ਖਿਤਾਬ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਇਹ 1000 ਦਾ ਫੌਜ ਹੈ, ਇਹ 10,000 ਦਾ ਫੌਜ ਹੈ, ਇਹ 5,000 ਹੀ ਹੈਗਾ. That means that he could fight against 1,000, he could fight against 5,000, he could fight against 10,000 alone. ਏਦਾਂ ਖਿਤਾਬ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸੀ. These Purbi now that were coming to fight against the Singhs. Remember, 22 Singhs have scared away 2,200. Now these people, these elite commandos, special black ops foes, they're coming now, and they're the ones who can fight against 1,000 at once. Hanji.
Dohra Mansa Ram Odaya Ram Jinko Tho Yehi Naam.
Ona de naam, their names were Mansa Ram and Daya Ram. Hanji.
Tej Naal Bad Fauj Hut Kundalpur Kar Matan.
They came from Kundalpur and they come with their huge armies ready to fight against the Singhs. Hanji.
Chaudai Vyakar Halla Singh Par Pe.
Nare chhad de, they do halla against the Singhs. Hanji.
Jai Singh Bhi Sanmukh.
Ago Singh Sanmukh ho ke lad de. Kadi bhi nahi. Ranru do pajo nahi suro tharu. Now the real warrior is that one who never turns away from the battle. He stays steadfast in the battlefield. The Singhs Sanmukh ho ke, looking directly at the enemy, they remain in the battlefield. Hanji.
Mansa Ram Odaya Ram.
Mansa Ram and Daya Ram. Hanji, they come towards.
Bare Singh so usi tham.
At that place, they start to kill the Singhs left and right. Hanji.
Turkan Fauj te gayi prai.
Oh, fir jehde Turkan di fauj, they started going away. Hanji.
Rahe Madan Singh ke bhai.
Te मैदान दे अंदर हम सिंह ही सिंह रह गए.
Do din chadyo peo ujlet ujala.
They now at this point, it's beginning to become daytime. Remember, they came at the nighttime thinking the Singhs would be asleep. Now the sun is rising, and the Singhs are all almost finished now, and the light is starting to rise. Hanji, the sun is starting to rise. Hanji.
Turkan kiyo khet sambhala.
Oh, fir Turk dekhan lage, they start to take care of the battlefield. Hanji.
Ko kite Singh dise khada.
Jithe bhi koi Singh khada hua, wherever any Singh is left standing, they go and they send many warriors at that Singh to go and kill him and end him right there. Hanji.
Aur maryo aur dekhiyo pada.
Oh, fir maar ke jira bhi khada rehta, the person who's left standing in the battlefield, they just kill him. Hanji.
Ve duron hi banduk chalave.
They're still scared of the Singhs though. Look, 22 Singhs were here fighting. Almost all of the Singhs are dead now, but they're still so scared they won't come near. They're still shooting from far away at the Singhs to make sure anybody left standing dies. Hanji.
Uth ned tuke te sahiyan.
Oh, fir sare goliyan maar ke they come close to where the Singhs are. Hanji.
Baki maar Singh imde.
Ye jehde Singh reh gaye hun, they start cutting their heads off, they start killing them. Hanji.
Tere tuk saban ke sir kat le.
Cut ke every single Singh, even the people who are dead in the battlefield, they cut their heads off to make sure that these Singhs can't give birth to any more Singhs. These Singhs can't fight anymore. Hanji.
Tare Singh shahidi pai.
As Taram Baba Tara Singh ji and those 22 Singhs, they give Shahidi fearlessly fighting in the battlefield.
Singh ne us Singh sab pai bai.
Oh, by Singh of Shahidi प्राप्त कीते ने, all of those 22 Singhs, they become Shahid there in that battlefield. Hanji. This is the Saka Baba Tara Singh ji. This is the battle that Baba Tara Singh ji created, where 22 Singhs fought against 2,200, made them run away, and then got some of the greatest warriors, the most fierce warriors in the world at that time, to come and fight against those Singhs. And even after the Singhs were dead, they cut their heads off to make sure that nobody could stand up and create a rebellion against them. Hanji. This story, this episode from Sikh Itihas became mashhoor, became popular, became famous amongst all of the world. Hanji. ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਿੰਘਾਂ ਨੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਦਾ ਵਾਕ, ਗੁਰੂ ਦਾ ਬਚਨ ਕਮਾਇਆ, ਇੱਥੇ ਗੱਲ ਟੁਕਦੀ ਹੈ. ਵੇਖੋ ਹੁਣ ਸ਼ਹੀਦੀ ਦਾ ਪ੍ਰਸੰਗ ਸੰਪੂਰਨ ਹੋਇਆ. This ਪ੍ਰਸੰਗ, this episode of our history where the Singhs gave Shahidi has come to an end. But those Singhs, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਖਾਸੀਅਤ ਸੀ, the biggest part of the lives of those Singhs was that they earned the bachan of the Guru in their life at all levels. Hanji.
ਸੀਸ ਦਿਓ ਪਰ ਸਿਰ ਨਾ ਦਿਆ.
ਜਿਹੜਾ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਤੇਗ ਬਹਾਦਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਬਾਰੇ ਬਚਨ ਫਰਮਾਇਆ. Guru Gobind Singh Ji says, Sees diya par sir na diya, sees diya par sir na diya.
Sees diya par sir na diya, sees diya par sir na diya.
धर्म हेत साका जिन किया, धर्म हेत साका जिन किया, शीस दिया पर सिर न दिया, शीस दिया पर सिर न दिया, This मुखवाक of Guru Gobind Singh Ji Sache Paatshah Ji, that Guru Gobind Singh Ji has said about Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib Ji, that when Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib Ji gave Shahidi, they didn't even let one word leave their body. At that time, they remained steadfast in their Dhyan and Akal Purukh's charan. Manana Vaheguru Tan Kahe ko darai, manana daryo. That my mind can't be scared. Why are you trying to scare my body? Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib Ji prati Guru Gobind Singh Ji eh bachan farmaunde han. Guru Gobind Singh Ji says this about Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib Ji, but they also give this bachan to all of the Khalsa. Ke jadon shahidi da sama aunda age, when the time for shahidi comes forward, at that time sees diya par sir na diya, that the Singh will never even let it be known that the belief is coming upon his body, that any sort of harm is coming towards his body. Hanji. Tan ho shahido Singho, tan ho shahido Singho, sare japo tan ho shahido Singho, tan ho shahido Singho, tan ho shahido Singho, tan ho shahido Singho. Bhai Ratan Singh Ji Pangu likhde hain कि तान ने वो शहीद से जिन्होंने ऐसा साका रचाया, the people who left their body अपने प्राणों को इस तरह दे नाल त्याग दिते, they left behind the breaths of this body, fighting for dharma, fighting against the tyrants of that time. Hanji. रहे नाम तेरे कर्म का है जग आवन जान. The story of these shaheeds, the story of these Singhs, the ones who earned the bachan of Guru Gobind Singh Ji Sache Paatshah Ji, will remain upon this earth forever. Probably the world will come and go. People will live and die, but the stories of these shaheeds will remain forever. Hanji. Hanji. So, ਇੱਥੇ ਹੀ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਬਾਬਾ ਤਾਰਾ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਪ੍ਰਸੰਗ ਹੈ ਸਮਾਪਤ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ. This is the end of the prasang of Baba Tara Singh Ji. And Baba Tara Singh Ji were such a fierce warrior that no matter what came their way, they remained steadfast in Guru Gobind Singh Ji's chest. So this is where we end off the prasang for today. Now tomorrow we'll be talking about Akali Baba Phula Singh Ji. Akali Baba Phula Singh Ji, we have a few minutes now. ਅਸੀਂ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਮੁੱਢਲਾ ਜੀਵਨ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਹੁਣ ਥੋੜੀ ਜਿਹੀ ਬੇਨਤੀਆਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ. And then tomorrow we'll get into the Shahidi da prasang, that way that Akali Baba Phula Singh Ji gave Shahidi. Akali Baba Phula Singh Ji was born in 1761. So this is 53 years after the Jyoti Jyot of Guru Gobind Singh Ji Sache Paatshah Ji. Akali Baba Phula Singh Ji's father, his name was Baba Ishar Singh Ji. Baba Ishar Singh Ji, he was one of three students. Baba Ishar Singh Ji, Baba Tapa Singh Ji, Baba Nana Singh Ji. The three of them were students of who? Baba Deep Singh Ji. Baba Deep Singh Ji was that warrior who even while alive they called them Baba Deep Singh Ji Shaheed. Because they fought so furiously, they were given that title of Shaheed even when they were still alive. Baba Deep Singh Ji, at that time, they had three students at Damdama Sahib, Baba Ishar Singh Ji, Baba Tapa Singh Ji, Baba Nana Singh Ji. Baba Ishar Singh Ji was the father of Baba Akali Baba Phula Singh Ji. And Akali Baba Phula Singh Ji, when they were 1 year old in 1762, their father Baba Ishar Singh Ji, they fight in the battle of the Vatta Kaluga, where over 30,000 Sikhs were killed in one go. At this one day, innocent women and children were killed for no reason. At that time, defending the mothers, the children of our Panth, Akali Baba Phula Singh Ji's father, Baba Ishar Singh Ji, they give Shahidi when Baba Phula Singh Ji is 1 year old. Fighting afterwards, Baba Phula Singh Ji there, given to Baba Nana Singh Ji and Baba Tapa Singh Ji to take care of him. Baba Nana Singh Ji was the Jathedar of the Panth at that time. What does it mean to be a Jathedar? Jathedar is someone who is in charge of Akal Takht Sahib, who's in charge of Buddha Dal, who's in charge of the Dal Panth, all of the warriors of the Sikh Panth. At that time there used to be one, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਜਥੇਦਾਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਤਖਤ ਦਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਸੀ, ਬੁੱਢਾ ਦਲ ਦਾ ਵੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਸੀ. So Akali Baba Naina Singh Ji, he's the Jathedar, he's the leader of Buddha Dal and he's the leader of Akal Dal. Baba Naina Singh Ji, he raises Akali Baba Phula Singh Ji at the age of 10 years old. Raise your hand if you're 10 years old. I think 10 saal. Raise your hand if you're 11 years old, 12 years old. At this age, Akali Baba Phula Singh Ji memorized 5 Granthi, 10 Granthi, Nitnem Diyan Baniyan, all of this was memorized Akali Baba Phula Singh. Akali Baba Phula Singh Ji, they memorized Panch Granthi, means they had Japji Sahib, Shabdazari, Sukhmani Sahib, Asa Divar, Babanakri, Siddh Ghost, Dakhi Onkar, all of these banis. At the age of 10 years old, Baba Phula Singh Ji had this memorized. At the age of 10 years old, they had 10 Granthi, which is the banis of Guru Gobind Singh Ji, Chandi Divar, Chandi Charitra, Akal Ustat, Jap Sahib, Gyan Prabodh, these types of banis. They had this all memorized. You see, when you memorize Gurbani, on one hand you're a warrior, you're learning how to be a physical warrior. When you memorize Gurbani, jithe bhi jaiye, wherever you go in the world, that Gurbani never leaves you. I'm now 100 miles away from my home, 500 miles, I think something like 1200 miles away from my home. But jithe bhi jaiye, jira Bani kant hai, that Bani is with me. No matter where I go, no matter who I see, no matter what hardship comes in front of me, it can't leave me. So as karke Akali Baba Phula Singh Ji at the age of 10, they memorized that Gurbani. This Gurbani is the form of our Guru, this Gurbani is our Guru. We want to get closer to our Guru. We sow that Guru into our heart, we memorize the Gurbani in our heart. Guru Sahib Ji Sache Paatshah Ji, the Hukum Anusar, Baba Phula Singh Ji, they memorized that Gurbani at the age of 10. Their mother also dies when they're 7 years old. When Akali Baba Phula Singh Ji, chalo ek prasang suna ke just chota ja zikr karke assi ithe samapti karte hain. Akali Baba Phula Singh Ji is 16 years old. They're underneath Baba Naina Singh Ji and they're living in the Dalpant. And what happens is Akali Baba Phula Singh Ji is one of the top Singhs under Baba Naina Singh Ji. And Baba Naina Singh Ji finds out that there's 2 missals. At that time there were different missals of the Sikhs, different battalions, different sections of the Sikhs. And they lived and they ruled over different areas. There were 2 missals. Ek Sukar Chakki hai, te ek ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਪੰਗੀ ਮਿਸਲ. On one hand you have the Sukar Chakya missile that was of Maharaja Ranjit Singh, who wasn't the Maharaja yet. And on the other side you had the Pangi missile, whose leader was ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆਪਣਾ Rani Jago, Rani Sadako. And so on one side you have the Pangi missile, on the other side you have the Sukar Chakya missile. At Amritsar side they're about to fight a battle against each other. They're about to fight a battle against each other on that pure land of Guru Ramdas Ji Sache Paatshah Ji, where Sri Harmandir Sahib is. At that moment, Akali Baba Phula Singh Ji is sent by Baba Naina Singh Ji to go and stop this jump. Akali Baba Phula Singh Ji stands in the middle of this jump on both sides. You've got these warriors ready to fight against each other. You've got the Jathedars, the leaders of those missiles, guiding those warriors into the battlefield. And Akali Baba Phula Singh Ji nanga tegga lake, they take their tegga out of their myan and they stand in the middle of the battlefield and they say, "Hey Murkho, ki karde pe? What are you doing, O fools? You're about to fight a battle on the land of Guru Ramdas Ji." That this beautiful land, this blessed land that Guru Ramdas Ji created, where people from all 4 directions come and they receive Naam Didat from Guru Ramdas Ji's charan, you're going to start a battle here? Akali Baba Phula Singh Ji, they stopped that battle, seeing the fierceness of Akali Baba Phula Singh Ji. Those warriors on both sides, they put down their shastras. And they say to Akali Baba Phula Singh Ji, "Vekho bhajan bandagi da pratap hunda." There's a power when you sow Gurbani in your heart, when you become one with your Guru, when you become one with God while you're still alive. There's a power. Every word you say has such strong meaning that hearing the words of Akali Baba Phula Singh Ji, both sides they drop their weapons, they fold their hands in front of Akali Baba Phula Singh Ji, and they say, "Baba Ji, sach bachan." They say, "Whatever you say, we'll do that." Akali Baba Phula Singh Ji, they then decide at that moment. They say that Maharaja Ranjit Singh Ji and the Sukar Chakya missile, they'll get the Raj of Amritsar, and the Pangi missile will be given some other land somewhere else. Akali Baba Phula Singh Ji made that decision that made Maharaja Ranjit Singh Ji eventually become the king of Punjab, become the Maharaja of Punjab. Akali Baba Phula Singh Ji And that was the first time they interacted with Maharaja Ranjit Singh Ji. And then they went on to fight many different battles, 4 main battles with Maharaja Ranjit Singh Ji. And we'll speak about that more tomorrow, and tomorrow we'll speak about their Shahidi Prasang. How Akali Baba Phula Singh Ji, when even Maharaja Ranjit Singh Ji's fauj was too scared to enter the battlefield, Akali Baba Phula Singh Ji and their 1,200 soldiers still entered the battlefield furiously to uphold the ardas that they did in front of Satguru Sache Paatshah. Tomorrow we're going to hear that person. So itne ko vicharan pravan karniyan, इतने विचारां की समाप्ति है जी। बोलदे तो एक नहीं अनेक प्रकार की भुलां गलतियां हो गई हैं। आप जी साध संगत बख्शन जोग हो, अनजान बच्चे समझ के माफ़ करना, कृपा करना सतगुरु सच्चे पातशाह। इसी तरह संगतां नूं जुड़ के रखना, सारे गुरसिखां नूं नाम दी दात चढ़दी कला दी दात बख्शण। आओ हुण आखिरी 2 पंक्तियां पढ़ के समाप्ति करते हैं जी। दोहरा तन तन उन सिंगन का जिन कह साका तजे प्राण,